Hey guys, yesterday I was scrolling on YouTube Shorts because I was bored and also I wanted content ideas, and I came across this video with this guy. He was drawing and giving people tips about lines and line weight and line lengths, and he said to not chicken scratch, and he had a demonstration and everything, and I thought he was being pretty clear about the expectations here, what style this is for, what genre, like basic stuff when you're starting out drawing and you want to make anime characters or whatever. But the comment section did not agree with me. They were very upset down there, very snippy, very rude. And so I was like, what's wrong with chicken scratch? And I asked in the Discord because I was curious about other artists' opinions on this, because I was thinking that it was something you do when you're starting out because you're unconfident, and then you grow into it, and then maybe if you like it, you go back to it. Stuff like hatching, art like this, And we came to the conclusion that it's a matter of experience, and chicken scratch is essentially short strokes, which have their time and place in a composition and mostly become an issue for beginner artists because they're drawing or trying to draw the final result before having the base built up to, the shapes, the 3D, the 2D, whatever. Build up to it. Start big in general, get the idea down, and then go specific as you move along. But yeah, I don't really care about people scratching on their papers, whatever makes you happy, aligns with your goals, etc. I just didn't like the general attitude that was displayed by the public. But it is YouTube, so I shouldn't be surprised. So the overreaction though, the knee-jerk reactions to tips and tricks, it reminds me of when Art Twitter was still alive, before Elon took over. And they ran that one artist, that Japanese artist, off of the website because they used the word beginner, and people who did not consider themselves beginners did not agree with the tip that they gave, because I guess that was one of the things they liked doing, and they took it very personally and bullied that person off the site. And I was just like, what happened to just ignoring tips that don't work for you? I don't know. I see tons of stuff online that it's like, don't do this, and I'm like, but I want to. Even one of the biggest tips ever is always use your shoulder. I don't always use my shoulder when I'm drawing. Sometimes I don't feel like it. I draw on an iPad. My iPad's pretty small. What am I use my shoulder for, I can use my elbow, my arm. And I have to admit, it may be a bad habit, but I do like me some wrist action. I'm sorry, but it's just what I like doing. And so far, it hasn't been an issue because I don't draw for extended periods of time. I'll do 30 minutes to an hour and stop and get distracted, leave the room, get a snack, come back, watch a YouTube video. Oh, let me finish this. So it hasn't really been a problem. I mean, I'm sure if I was working in a studio, I would have to stop doing that. But for now, I am free. I'm free to live as I may. And it also reminded me of the tutorials on DeviantArt. That would be maybe not the best tips, that gave a lot of people bad habits. Maybe we're traumatized. And also remember those videos that were you have to draw for 10,000 hours or you'll never be a professional, and draw every day. You have to draw every day or you'll never grow, and stuff like that. And now people are rejecting that culture, and maybe we're going too far in the other direction, forgetting that it's okay to tell people about basic things. It's okay to share information. Just if it's not for you, don't share it back. Don't acknowledge it. But I kind of get it though. I get how upset they are, because those things led a lot of people to have burnouts, misconceptions, feeling years of lost progress because they just stopped drawing because they couldn't handle it or felt like they couldn't handle it. And I do also think about the people who tips like that just didn't work for at all, so they felt like they couldn't be an artist because it wasn't possible for them. People who have full-time jobs, who have conditions like aphantasia, or just who can't focus that long. Because for me, a tip that never worked for me personally was the studying for hours a day. I could not do that. I could do figure drawing exercises for 15 minutes at max, maybe 20 minutes on a really good day. And then I was like, I can't do this anymore. And now I don't even do them on a weekly basis anymore. I'll remember that figure drawing exists once a month, and I'll be like, oh, let me do some figure drawing. But I think it balances out because whenever I'm drawing anything, I start with a figure, so technically that's practice, right? So yeah, don't box yourself in. Be confident in what you want to do as long as you're still learning. Well, if you want to learn, you don't have to learn. You don't have to get better at art. You can draw the same way you're drawing right now for the rest of your life, and that'll still be okay. I had to learn that lesson, even though technically deep down in my heart, I would like to be able to be like, yeah, deep down in my heart, I do think that one day it would be nice if I was like Kim Jong-il or Xing Chen or any of those people who are just like, you look at their art and you feel complete. You're like, I wish I could do that. Or those environment artists who have 3 to 4 levels of layers with their building. They have a foreground, a mid-ground characters, a mid-ground with buildings, and then a background with more buildings and like the landscape behind it and the clouds and stuff. I want to do that, but I'm like also I'm really tired and I know that would take 30 hours probably to do all that, and I finished most things within 6 to 15 hours, if that. Maybe I could be like a speed environment artist. That counts, right? I can do that. Because right now when I do environments, I'm mostly just, I line it, and then after that I'm like, those lines look pretty good. I'm gonna go eat a sandwich, and then I never come back to it. I have like 6 environments that I've just never colored on my computer. Don't be like me, guys. Well, actually, I feel like that's a job though. Just being the person who draws the lines and then you pass on the layers and someone else colors it. So maybe there's hope for me yet. Don't give up on me. Oh, that brings me to something I was thinking about doing. I was gonna do an art challenge where I spend like 100 hours doing backgrounds. I don't know if that might be too much, like 100 hours. But no, actually, if I spent 15 hours on each one, then it makes sense. Actually, I just thought about that. So yeah, maybe I will do that. But then I have to figure out subject matter, angles, perspective. Am I gonna add characters and not add characters? It's kind of a lot. I don't know. I'll come back to it. For the piece that I'm drawing right now in this video that you're staring at, I actually like scribbled it months ago. I think I was about to go to bed. I was really tired, but I thought of it and I was like, that would be really cute. So I like scribbled it in the corner of my on Procreate and I saved it. And now I was thinking, I was like, I need an image in the background of this video, and it needs to be something relatively simple so that I don't have to sit here for hours, but also something complicated enough that it's interesting for the viewer to look at. And so I was going through my sketches on Procreate and I saw that one and I was like, oh, I remember you. I drew you and then ran away and never came back. But I really like the concept, and I like drawing pasta. Well, you don't know that. If you've been on my Instagram, you know that, but anyone else doesn't. You guys are strangers. But I was like, I can paint pasta, which I haven't done in months, that I love. Only problem is I didn't really have any idea what to do with the colors and stuff, so half of this is just me throwing down random colors and hoping it works out in the end, and it's not as homogenous as I would personally like it to be. But I do think I like it. The only thing is, I would really love to change the background. I don't know why I picked that green. At the time, I was thinking a green, yellow, and maybe purplish palette would work, and then I changed my mind halfway through, and then I didn't make the proper precautions for changing a background. And I like colored some of the background on the face layer, and so whenever I changed the background layer, it would be the wrong color. And that was disturbing me, but also I was a little too lazy to change it. You know, it wouldn't even take that long. This only took 2 hours to paint, but I was too lazy to go back and paint over the background. See, that's another thing that you don't have to do as an artist if you don't want to. If you don't want to fix something, you can just not fix it. You can just leave it and say, it's finished now, guys, and people will still like it. They'll like 90% of it, and so it's fine. Another thing that happened while I was doing this that I thought was kind of funny, I had been thinking this month, I was like, I don't really need Photoshop, right? I can delete Photoshop, I can unsubscribe from Adobe, but then as I was painting this, I was like, dang, I'm having too much fun, I can't delete Photoshop. Dang it. Like, they suck, but the brush engine, I can't let go of it. Like the eyes, the way the eyes look, I cannot get that anywhere else, okay? Well, maybe, actually I lied. Sometimes I can get that on Procreate if I'm lucky. I just need to get more consistent with it, but yeah, maybe I can like, well, I shouldn't be saying this on YouTube, but maybe I can get it by other means that don't require a subscription. Anyways, I hope y'all got something out of this video. And if you didn't, that's fine too. I would also like to announce that I am considering making a Patreon for my digital paintings and stuff to go with this YouTube channel, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of extra work. If people are interested in that, potentially in the future, not right now, like long in the future, please let me know in the comments. And also let me know what you thought of this painting, and maybe also let me know what you think of Chicken Scratch, because I think it'd be really funny if you guys started fighting down there, you know, it'd be really entertaining for me. I haven't had popcorn in a while. But see you next week, maybe. I'll think about it.